Hello my fellow archers all across the world. Before we start today's video, I just want to thank you for all the subscribers and thank you for all the continued support for the channel. So I've been thinking more and more the direction of the channel I want to take it, and lately I've come across that like famous quote of give a man a fish and you feed him for a day, and if you teach him how to fish you can feed him for a lifetime. So what that entails is I would like to teach you how to do your own bow stuff, like tuning and all that, and little hacks and tricks, so that you can be self-sufficient and you can maximize your accuracy, because that's ultimately what you need to do. If you need to do something small in your bow, you don't want to drive into a bow shop. There is a place for bow shops, but if you want to do something small or experiment, this can take the whole day, so you can do this at the range or at home. And that's what I like to teach you, and we can go forward on that philosophy. So this video is the first of a series I want to do. It's going to be on hacks on how to fine-tune your bow, where, for instance, if you want to move your loop, you don't have to move it physically. You can just do something on your bow. So I'll do a whole series on that. Today, we're going to have 4 things you can do with your limb bolts. So an obvious one is you can change your poundage, but that's not the only thing you can do with it. There are many more things you can do with your limb bolts, and you can help your tuning with this. So the first hack with your limb bolts would be, if you want to change your draw length, you can change it slightly. You can do fine tuning with your limb bolts. So this distance between the pocket and the riser, that if you turn this like in and out, that determines your draw length as well. So if you feel that your draw length is slightly long, you can give your limb bolt a crank, like a quarter turn, even half a turn. It's going to make a minute difference. So the distance it moves between the riser and the limb pocket, that's actually going to be the difference on your draw length roughly. If it feels slightly short, you can untwist your limb bolt slightly and then feed it again. You can even do this on the fly, like before like a tournament, or you don't need a bow press for this. So yeah, just a few micro adjustments, and yeah, I think that will help you. So the second thing you can do with your limb bolts is you can change your knocking point height. So if you want to try a slightly higher knocking point, you can turn your top limb bolt a quarter turn in, and then you can turn your bottom one a quarter turn out. And this will actually lift your knocking point slightly, and you can shoot a few shots and feel how it feels. And if you want it low, you just do the opposite. And this will actually make the bow feel slightly different. It will change your aim. It will change your grip angle, because it's pulling more at the top or the bottom, and it might aim better for you, or you might see that you don't like it and you would just want to put it back to equal turns on the limb pockets. But at least you don't change anything permanent. It's so easy to fix. You can do it with it takes you a few minutes to do. And the third thing you can do is you can actually you can fix a side tape that's slightly out. So for instance, if you shoot on 20 and it's spot on, and you get to 50 and it's slightly low, or 60 or whatever, you can just crank your limb bolt slightly up. You can just increase your poundage slightly if you are able to, if your bow is not turned in all the way, obviously. And the opposite is true as well. If it's slightly high, you can just untwist your limb bolt slightly. Just remember to mark them so you do it equally. And because a lot of times if you drive from a high altitude to a low altitude or fly, when you get your side tape slightly out, you don't need to redo your whole side tape, because a lot of times when you get there, you don't have a lot of time. So this will save you a lot of time, and you will get your side tape spot on. This is the fourth and final hack. You can manipulate spine slightly with your limb bolts. You're going to increase or decrease your poundage, and therefore you're going to increase or decrease your spine on your arrow. So if it's, in general terms, if you have a tail left, you can decrease your poundage slightly. If it's a tail right, you can increase it slightly. It's not going to do miracles. It's fine tuning, but it might be able to fix it like a slight left or right hair. If you're getting bullet holes, you can fine tune with group tuning. So you can go on 50, 60, 70 yards where you're capable of shooting groups, but you can still see mistakes. So for me, that would be like 50, 60, 70 yards around there. So you can go shoot a couple of ends, like say about 5 or 6 ends, and then turn your poundage in slightly. I'm talking about a quarter turn to a half a turn on each limb bolt. Remember to turn each limb bolt the same after you marked it. And then see if it gets better. If it gets worse, go the other direction. If it gets better, keep on going slightly and until it gets worse, and then you can always go back to where you had it. Yeah, keep on playing with that until you get your groups really tight. And I've done this a lot in the past, and it's kind of worked for me as well. Thank you for watching, guys, and I hope these tips and hacks helped you, and we'll see you soon for the next video.